Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff. We just keep it a buck. And today we're going to be doing our over-unders on the Eastern Conference. We did the Western Conference yesterday, so if you want to check that out, I'll link that in the description below. So I got the crew with me. I got Stan in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going, man? Nice Sunday morning. Got the football game on. Talking to NBA. Let's go.
All right, I got Kurt in the building. What's going on, man?
You already know, man. I'm off today. Like Stan say, football popping. Man, shit about to get wicked today, bro. You feel me? We about to get right for the Eastern Conference. Let's get it, Reg.
All right, let's go. Atlanta Hawks, they have it at 47.5. I'll start with Stan. We're going over or under?
I'm going over, man. I think the Hawks had probably the best offseason, one of the best off seasons of anybody in the league. Like they added Walker from Minnesota, traded for Porzingis. They've got a pretty good squad there already. And this is basically going to be is Trae Young a superstar season? Because the excuses are gone. This dude has a squad right now. He's got a decent coach. He's got a good coach, and he's got a squad around him. So we're gonna find out what Trae Young is all about this year. And he's also in a contract year. So we're gonna find out what it's all about for Trae Young. Is he really a superstar? Is he somebody that you would give $50-60 million a year for to be the face of your team? Because the Trae Young experience in Atlanta has produced a lot of winning. They had that 1 year when they got to the conference finals, but that's been it. Last few years been just a lot of mediocrity, a lot of losing, a lot of finger pointing, a lot of scapegoating, coaches getting fired, guys getting traded. It's just time. Okay, Trae, this is what it's all about. You got a team this year. What you gonna do with it? You got a center, you got wings, you got everything. You got a team. What you gonna do? And I don't want to sit here and say the Hawks are a championship contender, but if I was going to place a bet on an NBA Finals winner with a fucking crazy odds, it might be the Hawks.
A dark horse.
Or at least a dark horse to at least get out of the East. I wouldn't say Finals winner, but to get out of the East. They're a good team. So I'm gonna take the over. I think they are really good. They've got wings, they've got shooting, and again, Trae's the focal point of it. We'll see what Trae's got this year.
All right, Kurt, what do you say?
I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over because I think this might be the best team that Trae Young ever had. And as far as the NBA is concerned, this might be the best team he's had. And Stan, you are absolutely right. There has been a lot of mediocrity. They haven't been like a playoff contender, but that's not on Trae Young. I think Trae Young, I'm not saying he's done the best in Atlanta. It's kind of hard when you look at the roster and you go out there every night and you have to deal with the roster that they give you. But I think this year arguably, this might be the best team he's ever had, right? And another reason I'm going to take the over. We don't know what the fuck is happening in Philly. We don't know what's going to happen with Indiana with Tyrese hurt, right? We don't know, Jason Tatum. It's too many questions in the East for them to be a 47-win team, if healthy. Like we say, every last one of these teams is in trouble with injury, okay? Some are actually starting the season off with injury. When I think about the fall off of Philly, and I think about the injuries to Tyrese Halliburton, and then you think about the fact that this is the best team that Trae Young has had. And Trae Young has proven, if you put me in winning situations, I will win. The young man got ice water in his veins, but ice water don't mean nothing if you're down by 12 with 30 seconds left. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about the injuries that plague the East, when you think about the questions in Philly, the questions with Jason Tatum, the questions with the Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton, I don't see why they can't be a 50-win team. So I'm gonna take the over with Atlanta. Essentially, the only thing you really have to worry about if you in the East right now with all the injuries is probably the Magic and the Cavaliers. They're probably like I say, we think about Philly, we don't know what the hell's happening in Philly with Joel Embiid. We don't know what's going on with Boston, who's revamped their roster with, in certain places. And then like Tyrese Halliburton isn't going to be there. So to me, the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the two best teams going into the season. So I can see this Atlanta team. You still got Reese Shea. You added Porzingis, but you still got Reese Shea. You still got John Johnson. If Josh Johnson, see if he could be healthy. When Josh Johnson was healthy, they were a different team. So when you think of them coming back healthy and all of the injuries and question marks in the East, I don't see why they can't win 50 games.
So, a couple things you said there, and you said them quite a few times, was injury. If he comes back from injury, okay. So when you have to keep constantly saying that, there's usually a reason, and the reason is usually the players that you're talking about are guys who just tend to always be on the sidelines. Okay, so Kristaps Porzingis, what happened last year? Like what happened?
Mysterious injury, mysterious ailment or something. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him.
Yeah, that was a new one, man. When you on the
He caught the D Rose flu. That's what it was. He had that D Rose flu all season.
I don't know what happened.
I guess, but it was odd. It was odd. He was just kind of out just because, and he really didn't have that great of a season. I mean, on paper, yeah, having Trey with Kristaps Porzingis does look good, especially when he comes to like those pick and pop plays. You got Trae Young and Kristaps on a pick and pop. That's really difficult to defend. And Jalen Johnson coming back healthy. Yeah, without question, man. Like I love that. But the thing is, I don't think they're going to be healthy because I have question marks on these two guys. Because I just do, man. Like they're good players, but they tend to always be on the sidelines. And while you can never truly predict injuries, I mean, I feel like certain players are injury prone, and so you can somewhat expect that certain guys are going to miss time. So because that, I am going to take the slight under on this. I think they'll be right there, 45, 46 wins. But I'm going to go slightly under on this. Now, yeah, I mean, if they're all healthy for the majority of the season, then yeah, of course, it looks great. But I don't know, man. Like something about it, man. It looks great on. I think there are two teams in the East that both look really good on paper. We'll get to the other one later, and this is one of them. But I don't know, man. There's something just telling me to take the under here, and I am gonna take the
Rage, I'm not trying to change your idea, whatever. But what I'm saying is, they still have Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, love him.
Luke Kennard is out there.
Yep. Kel Alexander Walker.
We're gonna see what's up with what is Arsenal. They drafted a power forward. So we'll see. But as they stand right now, I see them winning 50 in the East. But I do understand what you're saying about. That's the same thing I say about AD. The same thing you're saying about Porzingis and Jalen Johnson is the same thing. Yeah. So I get that.
Yeah, I like the team, and like I'll tell you before we move on that like one of the darkest days of my life was that draft with Trae Young in it because I had my heart set that Magic was getting Trae Young. I just knew it was going to be my time. We walked out of that draft with Mo Bamba, man. It was a dark day, man. I couldn't even get off the couch, bro. I couldn't. I think we watched it over. I think I watched it over your house, Dan. I couldn't get off the couch. Like, holy shit, this night. It was a dark day, man. But I say all that to say I believe in Trae Young from the jump. Like, Kyle, I'm like, yeah, this dude's gonna be legit. And I think he's been good in the NBA. He just hasn't had the right team around him. So for me, I hope this team is healthy so people can see how good Trae Young is. But I'm gonna take the under. Boston Celtics, 42.5. Kurt, over under.
When is Jason Tatum set to come back? Is he just going to be out for the whole year?
Tatum has told the Celtics that he will be on the team this year and that he is going to play. He's posting videos on Instagram of him dunking.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The expectation right now is that Tatum will at some point play this year. Now, when he plays, who the fuck knows? But the idea, it feels like he's targeting the end of the season, probably the last.
Like if they make the playoffs type shit.
I think it's going to be one of those things where they monitor where they are. He's going to monitor where they are. If they get off to a shit start, the Celtics have their pick this year. They might just say, you know what, it ain't worth it. But if they can hold steady to like the All-Star break, I think Tatum might ramp up to try to come back. I don't agree with it. I would wish the Celtics would say, we don't want you to do that. But again, I don't know. But I think you'll see Tatum this year.
Okay, so let's just say, let's just say for a second, let's just put Jason Tatum to the side, okay? Without Jason Tatum, this team, if Jason Tatum can't play until maybe, let's say Jason Tatum, let's give the best case scenario, he comes back after the All-Star break. There's not going to be a reason for him to come back after the All-Star break because they're going to be 11th, 12th in the East. I love Anthony Simons. I like Peyton Pritchard. I like Peyton Pritchard. I like Jaylen Brown. You still got Derek White, but it's just everything that you lost. You know, you lost Drew Holiday, who was your leader and facilitator, and you did not give yourself a leader and a facilitator to take his place. They lose Porzingis and they lose Al Horford. I don't really see where they got that type of presence back. I don't know who they went and got. I don't know who they got to to replace these people that they lost. I do love Anthony Simons though because I think he's a player that one of those players, those this close players, those guys that's like this close away from being back. But I don't see what Xavier Tillman is going to start for you. Like I don't see them making an effort to replace what they lost. Is what I'm saying.
A good player, Michigan State, man. They shut down Zion. Remember that game? Was it Elite Eight game? He was
a long time ago.
Like one of the big men that shut down Zion. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Reggie, your dreads are short as shit. You probably had a regular when that happened. Come on, Reggie. So, but I'm gonna take the under, man. I think it's gonna be a real tough season for these guys. But I don't see them without Jason Tatum, and unless they make a trade, like you say, they got picks and stuff if they want to. Unless they make a trade, I mean, what Luka Garza gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he was the man at Iowa.
It's not a great roster. It's not a great situation.
Garza was the man in college, man.
It's just yeah.
Stop it, Reggie. Just stop it, please, bro. I'm gonna just take the. I'm gonna take the under for them.
Nice. Stan, what do you say?
This was tough because initially I felt like the under was where I was going, but this is such a shitty conference, man. It's just a terrible conference. And you're thinking 42. I'm still taking the under. That's just 40 for them to go 43-39 with this roster is going to be a miracle. It's not a good team. They're going to shoot a lot of threes because that's what they do, but they'll keep doing that. They'll shoot a lot of threes. Simons will put up a lot of points. Jaylen Brown will have a career year scoring. I think Jaylen Brown's excited about this opportunity. I'm sure he's saying, like, man, y'all worry about Tatum, man. Well, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm the man. I was the MVP. I could have been the MVP of the finals. But Jalen's going to be the leader of this team, and I think he's going to thrive in that as far as his numbers. But it's going to be hard for him to get 43 wins, bro. It is going to be hard for him to get that number. So I'm taking the under. Now, the Celtics could go a number of ways considering where they are. They have their pick, and they do have a trade exception. So if they get off to a good start, they could say, you know what? If we have a trade exception, this is, a pretty nice one. Let's make a move to try to get better. And if Tatum comes back in, like, let's say February and plays the last 30 games of the season, which I just don't see happening, but Tatum's telling everybody that will listen to him that he's coming back this year. He's openly said that he's told the Celtics he's going to be on the team this year. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm telling you what he said. I saw him on First Take say that he hadn't ruled himself out. And now he's posting Instagram videos of him running up and down the court at the practice facility and dunking. He just had surgery back in April. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he need to chill out, bro. He need to chill out.
Yeah.
He need to chill out.
But I'm gonna take the under. I just think that's a lot of wins for them in that roster. And you just went through the roster. I mean, Hugo Gonzalez. They're gonna be looking to depend on Sam Hauser. They don't have a center.
They did draft Amari Williams though. They did draft Amari Williams. He looked good in Kentucky, but I don't know if he's ready. Yeah, I don't know if he's ready to be that.
So they don't really have a center. I don't know how they're going to rebound. So they better hit all those threes they're going to take. They're going to take about 50 threes a game like they did last year. They're going to take the same amount of threes between Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Simons, Hauser, Pritchard. They're going to take a shit ton of threes.
They're going to take a bunch of threes.
And they bet not get an injury to Derek White or Jaylen Brown. They're going to really be in trouble. If one of those guys goes down for like 20 games, they're going to go 32-50. So it's gonna be a tough year for the Celtics. Not gonna be far be it for me to be crying tears about that, but they're not gonna be very good this year. So I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under also. I just don't see it, man. Like if it was just a matter of Tatum going down, if it was just a matter of just Tatum, but they still had some of the players they had last year. If they still had Horford, they still had Porzingis, but they have no size at all.
No, how are they going to rebound?
They have no size. I mean, unless one of these guys are just going to pop, like you mentioned, Amari Williams, unless he's going to pop in his rookie season, man, I just don't know how they're going to rebound the ball. Yeah, I mean, I expect, Derek White, they're going to shoot a lot of threes. So, I mean, I expect a large helping of Derek White and Hauser 3-point shots all year long. Peyton Pritchard. The key to this team, though, is because you mentioned yesterday you felt like Anthony Simons was a good stats, bad team guy. Yeah. So we gonna see what it is. If he has more to his game than we thought, then this whole win-loss line just changes because if he can be a legitimate number two, I think a lot changes. I still would have problems with the rebounding, but I think in this conference, if both of those guys are on, I think that's enough to take you past 42.5. But I got to be honest, I actually agree with Stan. I think he is exactly that. I mean, we'll see this year. We're going to see what it is this year, but I think that's pretty much where he is. The 42 line, it is enticing because 42 is not a lot of wins, and it is in the Eastern Conference. So you do have to take a look at it and say the teams.
2,500.
Right. And the teams they can feast on. You got you're going to have multiple appearances against the Nets and against the Bulls and the Hornets, the Wizards. These are going to be games that are to be had. And I mean, and even against good teams, Jaylen Brown is good for, 10 taking over a game and getting past a team they shouldn't be, in a long 82 game regular season. So it's tough, man, but I can't do it. I gotta stay. I gotta go with the under. And I don't think Jason Tatum is coming back because there's not going to be a reason to come back. I think that the idea.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
If he come back, what I say, if he come back after the All-Star break, there'd be no need for him to come back during the All-Star break.
I just can't. I just don't see why do it, because like coming off again Achilles injuries, unless we change the rules, are supposed to be you're out for the entire next year. I mean, we don't hear anything about Halliburton trying to come back. We don't hear anything about Dame Lillard trying to come back. Like, this is supposed to be it. This is supposed to be a season-ending injury. And so the idea that he's going to come back and come back for what? Like, if everything goes right, I mean, everything goes completely right for them. 7 seed in the East. And
on the play-in.
Yeah, the play-in. So, like, do you really want to bring Jason Tatum back to get ready for a series against the Cavaliers with as physical as they play? A possible series with Orlando as physical as they play, coming off an Achilles injury? That's not what I would want to do. I want him home chilling. I don't want him coming back from an injury like that to play against physical teams. Because if they end up in a series with Orlando or a series with Cleveland, they're going to be playing tough physical teams. That's not the way I want him coming back. So I think he's going to be out for the season. I just think that even if he wants to come back, they're going to be like, nah, we forbid it. So I'm going to take the under. All right. Let's move on to the Brooklyn Nets. 19.5. Kurt.
I
know you're excited about this team.
You know that's one of the teams I want to watch. Yeah. I know they're going to lose. I expect them to be sorry and to be trash this year. But they got a lot of them young boys. They drafted 5 rookies. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. Just like the anticipation of being a basketball fan, of having that many young guys on a team that has religiously went after old veterans and proven players, for them to be trying to do it differently. I'm real eager for the next 3 years to see what Brooklyn does. With that being said, I still think 19 wins might be generous. I don't see how they're going to win 20. I'm trying to do it in my mind, like, because I like Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. looked good his debut, and I said when you put the ball in his hands and tell him to go, he might be more of an impactful player. Now I do need to see it consistently, because like I say, if you score 10 points one night and 30 the next, you still averaging 20. That's not the same as giving me 20 every night. I need 20 every night. I think it's possible they got it right. I think 19 wins is. I really don't see them winning more than 15, but 19 wins is such a low total. Like, you can slip and fall 20 times and win 20 games in the NBA, right? 19 is such a low number, but I don't see how this team wins more than 15. I just don't. I'm taking the under. I'm sorry, man. I think they're gonna win 7. I think they're gonna beat the Wizards. 17, 18 games. But 19, I don't see him making 19. I'm sorry. And I'm excited to watch. This one of the teams I'm excited to watch, but I got to be real about it. 19 is a bit much for him.
Yeah, I'm taking the under. Taking the under on this one. Now, we talked yesterday about I think the tank race is definitely going to be a bare fist fight, but with Brooklyn and Utah. That's going to be the fight. They ready to fight now. I'm sure the Wizards is like, well, hold on now. We getting in the ring too. But I think the tank fight is going to be between Utah and Brooklyn. And so I wouldn't be shocked if there's Cam Thomas, I like him a lot, but if he starts getting in the way of what's necessary, I would not be surprised if we see a move. I think there's a world where you talk about Michael Porter Jr., I think there is a world because look, Michael Porter Jr. when he was in high school, he was projected to be the number one pick. If we
Yep.
remember this,
Yep.
like he was projected to be the number one pick, and obviously he had some back issues and it never quite came fruition. He ended up going to Denver and kind of settled into a role player role. But I mean,
He had no choice. He had no choice.
but you know, a primary scorer is what he was projected to be. And so on this team, he has a chance to be exactly that. So as bad as this team is going to be, I'm strangely interested. I'm strangely interested in what's this going to look like.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm strangely interested to see what it's going to look like. And I do like a lot of the rookies they drafted. I actually like the one kid they got from Michigan, Danny Wolf. I think he's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be good. So yeah, I am interested in watching this team and kind of seeing what this looks like. But I'm taking the under. They're not going to win any games. But look, man, I could see you look at the box score and see Michael Porter Jr. dropping 35 points in a 12-point loss. I can see it. I can see some games like that, bro. So but yeah, give me the under. I do not think they're going to win against Utah, though. I think Utah's got this thing wrapped up. And they will not allow it to go any other way. Because Utah, we didn't mention it yesterday. Utah, there's some sort of trade with their draft pick where it's like top 8 protected. So they're going to make sure they're at the very bottom of the list to make sure there's no chance they fall that low. So they're not going to win the fight against Utah, but nothing wrong with being second place. So I'm taking the under.
Hold up. This is what I'm saying though. You said the tank race.
Yeah.
Like the thing about Brooklyn is, even if they tried hard as fuck, they'll still be tanking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like they don't have a choice but to tank, man. What else? What else can they? Like,
well, I mean, look.
Like, what else can they do, yo?
Look, Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. have some big scoring days and get you a couple of wins you don't want. So I'm saying it's not impossible, and it's not impossible that one of these rookies take off. Like, oh crap, this dude's legit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
You stand. What you got, man? You going over on this one?
Oh hell no. the Nets. This is probably one of the worst rosters in the NBA. Wow, like you look at this roster, you're like, wow, man. I mean, Porter is there for $40 million a year. I don't like that. I wouldn't like that if I was a Nets executive, but that's. I would imagine the Nets would be overjoyed if somebody wanted to trade for Michael Porter, but that's probably not going to happen. Claxton and Cam Thomas will probably not be on the team by All-Star break.
Especially Claxton. There's a lot of people that want him.
Claxton, that's another one, yeah. That's another one.
Claxton will be on another NBA roster. And quite frankly, him and Thomas are probably the only two Nets that could probably play on a good team. If you looked at their roster and say what net players would play for the Thunder, I'm struggling to find someone that would crack their rotation. Maybe Claxton might because for injury minutes for Holmgren, because he's gonna get hurt this year at some point. This team is horrible.
We've seen Michael Porter Jr. get legit minutes on the Nuggets now. Don't get disrespectful.
But where's he gonna crack the lineup in OKC though?
You probably wouldn't, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Got too much
would any of these guys crack the lineup at OKC, or would any of these guys crack the lineup, for some of these really good teams in Houston, or Denver? I don't know. This is a bad roster. They got a bunch of young guys. They drafted a bunch of dudes that don't make sense on the team. Like I said, Cam Thomas is going to score a lot of points in the early part of the season because he's looking at it like, well, I might as well get my 30 shots because this team's going to fucking stink anyway, so what does it matter? He'll be off the team by the All-Star break. They'll find someone to trade for him because somebody will look at Cam Thomas like, man, this is the offense guy. Here's a second-round pick for him. And that's what the Nets are banking on. They're banking on Thomas and Claxton showing out so they can trade him by the break and letting their young guys run one route. That's pretty much what they're going to be looking to do. So I'm taking the under. If it wasn't for Utah and Washington, they would be the leaders in the clubhouse for the worst team in the league. But at least Washington, I'm more interested in watching than Brooklyn. This team stinks.
All right.
They do though, Reggie. They do. It's just that they are prepared. They are built for the future. So it's like you intrigued of watching the talent grow.
Yeah,
Especially when we seen OKC and Indiana grow up before our eyes and be in the finals.
yeah.
It's like now you're looking for the next one. And I think Brooklyn has a chance to be that.
It's another one of them teams where, again, like I said yesterday, man, the NBA League Pass needs to come up with a tank view where you can watch the game, take the scoreboard off the screen, and just put on you could choose which players you want to put and put their box score. Just like on NBA 2K when you play the My Player where it shows like your stats right there. They should do that. Call it the tank view. Take the scoreboard off the screen and just put the players you want to see what they're doing. They got to do that, man. If somebody from the NBA is watching, man, you don't even do that. You got to do that. It'd be perfect for fans, man. They need that. All right.
You're gonna get somebody fired, Reggie. You're gonna go to the NBA with that rule, and they're gonna put your ass out the organization.
Man, the NBA, you're supposed to make the view good for your fans. So there's fans that would be, man. Drop a comment if you'd like to see the tank view. I think the tank view would be awesome, man. I would have liked it back when the Magic were bad. I would have loved it. All right, let's move on to the Chicago Bulls at 32 and a half. I'm gonna go first on this one, yo. Like, I mean, you know they're going over. You know they're going over, and I'm putting this in the Sacramento Kings category. I'm like, who cares, bro? Like, they gonna go over. They're gonna go over because that's what they do. They go over. They go over. Their championship is making it to the play-in. So if they make it to the play-in and get waxed by the Miami Heat in the first game of the play-in, and they've had a successful season. So you know they're going over, bro. So I'm taking the over. Like as weird as this is going to sound, I would consider this a lock. 32 and a half. They going over, bro. You know it. So I'm not breaking down this roster because this shit should have been broken up years ago. So I'm not even going to break down the roster. They're going to go over. Simple. Stan, what do you say?
Oh, that's a definitely lock over. The DNA of this team is 38 and 44. It's 40 and 42. They just want to go 40 and 42 every year. That equals going 60 and 22 for them. The Reinsdorf family just wants to go 40 and 42. And hey, look at the Michael Jordan statue outside, you know, and hey, Michael Jordan used to play here 25 years ago, you know. They're still trying to suck off the teat of those 90 Bulls teams, and it's like, dude, it's no. This is a fucking stupid roster. I mean, they got some good players. I mean, look, they've got some good players here. I mean, but Vucevic is starting. Vucevic's defense looks like shit. I mean, Giddey's a good player. You know, he's got a lot of money. They signed to a new deal.
Yeah.
So he's a good player.
Kobe
White's a good player. He's in a contract year.
Oh, Giddey.
Yeah, Patrick Williams when he plays is pretty good, but you just know he's going to get hurt. I like Bazel's, the young guy they got.
Yep.
I like him.
Yep.
But I mean, so they got enough talent, and I don't understand why this line is so fucking low. Like, I'm just puzzled by that. When I saw the Bulls, and I didn't bet it yet. I probably will bet it at some point. But I looked at that line. I said 32 and a half for a team that always wins 38 games. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you look at their record over the last couple of years, that's what it's win. 38, 39, 40 wins. That's what they do. So I don't understand that line being 32 and a half. This Bulls franchise is the epitome of mediocrity, and they've been that way for the last 10 years. The days of Derrick Rose are long gone. It's a sad team. I would hate to be a Bulls fan, but they're going over, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they make the top 10, but they're gonna try their damage to get to that 9th seed.
Kirk,
you said that Brooklyn or Utah might have the worst lineup, worst roster. They have the ugliest roster. Like, when you look at the Chicago Bulls, it's just a bunch of players that don't even really make sense playing together. Like, you got Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, and Trey Jones on the same team. You got Isaac Okoro. Like, no. Jalen Terry. Like, Jalen Smith. Shout out to Jalen Smith, Baltimore nigga.
Maryland, baby.
This roster makes no sense. It really doesn't. And then, right, you draft Noah SNG, whatever and he's essentially what you want Booz Ellis to be. He's essentially the same player you want Montes Booz Ellis to be. And you draft him.
You gotta take the upside player though, Kirk. You gotta take the highest upside no matter what. Like when you're trying to find that guy, you gotta find the highest.
No, but that's not no. You do it like OKC did. You get the highest upside for what you need.
I disagree, but go ahead.
Like, but then again, they need everything. So I mean, they might as well just maybe you're right, yo. When you need everything, like OKC, they was actually building. Okay, we got Shea. Okay, let's go get us a J-Dub. Okay, let's go get us a Chet. And even though those guys was high on the scouting, they were players that this team need. The Bulls, I don't even know where you begin. Like you know how you say like Kevin Durant, right? You could take a guy like Kevin Durant and put him on a lot of teams, and you can say, well, by Kevin Durant being here, this guy would be better. Like right now, with Kevin Durant being in Houston, that's going to open up a different world for Trent Thompson. You see what I'm saying? Like Kevin Durant will open up the world for nobody on his team, bro. Like it's a bunch. This is a C-class team, bro. This is the how we say like average. This is a C-class roster. Yo, this shit is nasty.
It's an average team, bro. That's all you can say. It's an average
you got
team.
Charlotte out there. You got Washington out there. You got Brooklyn out there. This team is going to win more than this team is going to win. You know what? They might be closer to 500 than they are to what they have them at. What, 32?
32 and a half.
I just don't understand why that line is so low.
I think they're closer to 42 than they are to 32. Yeah, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I got you. I think the reason why that line is low is because I think that Vegas still has to account that this might finally be the year that the Bulls do what they should have done 3 years ago, where just completely just blow the team up and get everybody off the team and enter the tank race. I think that's why, where you just say, all right, so Nick Vucevic is gone, Kobe White is gone, Patrick Williams is gone, and let's just roll these young guys out here and just let it be what it is. That's what I think. That's why I think the line is that way, because they're saying, is there a chance that at the trade deadline they do what they should have been done? Which I doubt it, but that's why I think the line is where it is. If you set that line at like 39, then I think that like there's going to be a lot of people going to bang the under because they're going to be like, yo, this might be the year. This might be the year. But by putting it there, you're like, that's why. That's why I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vooch is in a contract year.
This is the most disgusting roster. This roster is disgusting. Like even when you look at Utah, it's like, okay, you got Ace Bailey. You got a plan for the future with Ace Bailey. I like George.
Yeah,
Walker Kessler. When I look at this roster, yo, it is just like role player heaven. Like this is literally role player heaven. So yeah, bro. But somehow, like you and Stan said, they're going to win. They're going to be somewhere in the mix for the play-in. Somehow.
Yep. All right, let's keep moving to the Charlotte Hornets. The line is set at 26 and a half. Oh, man, Charlotte Hornets. Does it ever get better? Does it get better, Stan? You're going over or under?
What is it, the number again?
26 and a half.
Oh, they're going to go over that. Barely. They'll go over that. I mean, again, it's not a bad team if you look at it. It's just a lot of guys that just are frustrating to watch, and it starts with LaMelo Ball. A great talent when he plays, but like a lot of guys in this league, he can't stay on the floor. If they can get like 60 games from LaMelo and 60 games from Bridges and 60 games from Brandon Miller, they could be a play-in team.
Brandon Miller out for the season, ain't he?
I didn't hear that. I hope not.
Brandon Miller's hurt, isn't he?
I hope not. I didn't hear that. I'll look it up while you talking, but I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that, but I'm looking at it. But no, they are another team that if things just go this way, they could be a play-in team, but that's their ceiling. At this point, but they've got competent people in the organization now, whereas before it was not competent people. It was the guys, it was the Jordan hang-ons that were there and drafting guys they shouldn't have drafted. They got a couple of guys that can play. I mean, Brandon Miller's a good player.
He is.
Miles Bridges is a good player. LaMelo is electrifying when he plays. They got Colin Sexton now there, and they got guys, but man, it's like, can y'all get the shit together?
Brandon Miller's
just
good.
get
He
it
got hurt.
together.
Brandon Miller did get hurt, but he was ruled out of a preseason finale. But it looks like he's fine. Just a wrist injury. Keep going.
Okay, but yeah, it's just they got to get their shit together, get these guys on the court. If they can get them, if those three guys can stay healthy this year, they could be a potential playing team. They've got talent. They've got a competent coach. Finally, the franchise is in a good situation, but they just got to get these guys on the floor healthy. So I'm gonna take the over because again, that line is still very low for the talent that's there. To ask those three guys to get you 28 wins. In that conference, that's an easy over for me. I might have to bet that too.
Who those? Who's the three guys you said? Ball, Bridges, and who else?
And
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Okay. Oh man, this is
I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all about to get mad at me, bro.
Go ahead, Stan. Go ahead, Kurt. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm going. They what? 29?
Yeah, 26 and a half. 26
Oh,
and a half.
26. Because I think 25, 26 wins is where they at. Like, the only center you have is Mason Plumlee.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty bad, man.
That's pretty bad. Miles Bridges, bro, he's not a legit 4. But they play him at the 4 because he's strong and they think he could be like Draymond Green, and he came from Michigan State and he played with that chip, but he just cannot defend. Okay? I like Con Knipple.
Yes.
I didn't talk about Con Knipple.
Yep.
I like Con Knipple, but it ain't gonna be enough. LaMelo knows how to get buckets. LaMelo knows how to make plays, but he does not know how to play winning basketball. This man does not. He is a turnover machine that will take the dumbest shots, and then he finally make one of those shots, and it's on ESPN highlight film, and everybody going crazy about the one-leg 3 that he just made, but y'all not looking at the 6 that he bricked to get them down by 13 to begin with. LaMelo does not play a brand of basketball that is conducive to winning. And then he's all they got. He's the best thing that Jordan ever got, so can't nobody really say nothing to him. And then you add Colin Sexton. Mister, I'm just not going to pass it. I'm just not. Colin Sexton, I'm just not going to pass it, bro. Like, I'm going to take my shots no matter how they bang off the sideboard. They could bang off the top of the shot clock. This man can shoot 8 air balls. He's going to go out there and shoot a 9th one. I don't see no continuity. I don't see no chemistry. I don't see a formula for winning basketball. I don't see, like, even when Atlanta Hawks, when they was losing and all of that, they had a formula. They just didn't have the players to execute. There are teams out here, like Tom Thibodeau, that man be having the game plans of a lifetime, but he don't always have the talent around it. I think Jordan need to just go ahead and just step it down, bro. Just let somebody else have it all together, bro. You got your millions. You made your money, bro. Just go sit your old ass down somewhere and let somebody else have everything. Just sell the fucking team, Jordan. Sell it.
Mike don't own the team. First of all, Mike don't own the team no more. He already sold the team. He don't own the team no more. He already sold the team. He might have a minority. He might have a minority stake, but he sold the majority stake, so he don't own it.
Oh, he sold the majority. Okay, I thought he still had the majority. I just don't see that. I don't see you winning 25 games with Mason Plumlee as your center. Not in the NBA.
That's a problem. That's definitely a problem.
You know, they drafted, and then look, a team that needs, right? A team, this is what I don't understand about Charlotte. A team that needs a big man to go out and they draft 4 guard forwards. You got 1 center on your fucking roster, and you draft 4 guard forwards. 6'7", 6'8". Now they did get the big white boy from Creighton. They did get him, but I don't see more than 25 wins on this roster right now. I like Trey Mann. They got pieces, but you got Trey Mann, right? You got Trey Mann, and then you go get Colin Sexton, who is the exact same player but worse. Like, I don't understand what they're doing in Charlotte, bro. Like, you're not. I'm sorry, with Miles Bridges and Mason Plumlee being your starting front court, you're not winning 25 games, bro. I'm sorry. So I'm taking the under.
So before I go with this, can anybody explain what's the draft situation here? Because I keep seeing these complex conditions with these draft picks where it's that complex shit with Phoenix, Washington, Orlando, Memphis, all this swapping and all this stuff, and somehow Charlotte's involved in this. Anyone know what this is about? Because
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. No idea. I know
I
about.
don't either. That's the first time I've heard that.
Because I know it was some weird thing because the Magic traded because we had the rights to the Phoenix Washington situation but when I brought up Charlotte's draft thing, they're involved in this in some way. So I don't quite understand what that's about, but I'm just going to go on the assumption that Charlotte has their draft pick and they will be utilizing it based upon what their record is. It's hard for me not to take the under with that. I do think that talent-wise, this team is good enough to win more, but I don't know, bro. I just feel like when you start getting closer and closer to that mark, man, and they're at 23 wins, and they start looking at tank race and start saying, we can try to position ourselves here to be in the bottom 5. You know what I mean? When you start doing that position, that positioning shit happens at the end of the year every year, yo. You know what it is, bro. That shit happens every year, man, and so
even playoff games do it. We'd rather lose this game and play the Timberwolves than win this game and play OKC. Even playoff teams do it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I agree with Stan though. I don't mind this roster in terms of the talent. There's a lot of talent on this roster. I don't mind the talent. They are in the East, but I just got a feeling, that it's gonna get close to the end of the year and they're gonna start positioning. And plus we know LaMelo Ball also has some injury stuff where he misses time. So
with LaMelo, it's not even the injuries, bro.
26.
He's so reckless, bro, that he actually shoots them out of games, bro.
I'm gonna say
he finally makes one, and it looks so good that it's on a highlight, and everybody go crazy. He is a turnover machine.
I'm gonna say this though, with the team healthy and intact, I think the Hornets are an interesting team to watch in the first bit of the season because we're gonna see what it is with LaMelo Ball. Like the same thing we were just saying before about the win high stats on a low win team. I mean, because this team is talented enough to be solid. So we're gonna see what it is the first bit of the season.
They got to do something about Mason Plumlee, though. They got to do something about Mason Plumlee being their only big man.
Yeah, I gotta take the. I kind of want to take the over. I'm gonna take the under though, man. I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under. I would not bet on that one, but I would take the under. All right.
But just side note, check Tankathon. Tankathon has the listing, the draft has the teams lined up where they're projected to be.
Oh yeah,
Tankathon
I used to be on Tankathon all the time. That was my homepage at one point.
Yeah, Tankathon has listed the teams and where their draft picks are going to end up in 26. I don't know what's going on.
But there's conditions to this stuff. I'm saying there's conditions. There's some complex conditions. I don't know where Charlotte fits in, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna wreck my brain off of it though.
Yeah, just look it up later because I ain't even.
All right, we got something good to talk about now. Cleveland Cavaliers. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Good team, finally.
56.5.
Good team, probably. Yeah.
Stan, I'll start with you. You got going over and over or under on 56.5 for the Cavs.
I struggle with this, but I had the Cavs in a parlay for 55 wins, so I got to go over. I think they're
Over or
the
under? It's
Cavs were
56. It's 56 and
I
a
know
half.
50. Shit. I'm gonna go under. I think they get to 55 wins, but 57 wins is gonna be a little tough for them. I think this year is gonna be tough. Again, they got it. They're gonna be competing with the Knicks. I know we're gonna talk about later. Competing with Atlanta, competing with some of these teams at the top of the East. It's gonna be a little tough. And I know this. I know it's hard to sit there and say a team that won 64 games last year is going to drop in wins that much. But that's a tall number for this team. And it's the same team as last year. The Cavs were in a situation where they couldn't do anything, which might be a good thing, actually. It might actually be a blessing that they were in the second apron so they couldn't make any moves. Because I think the team is good. The team is good as it is. You bring everybody back. They're still young. And you're still hoping for Mobley to make that leap. And this would be the time where Mobley would make the leap with his age, like 24. So if you're taking it over, then you're going to bank on Mobley taking a leap. You're going to bank on Garland being healthy. You're going to bank on Mitchell being healthy. It's a good team. It's a solid team. It's young. It's deep. They did lose Ty Jerome and replace him with Lonzo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little questionable because
that's a great pick for them. That's a great pick.
It would be. It is if Lonzo plays.
We'll see.
If he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, he's an upgrade with Ty Jerome and Isaac Okoro. He definitely is, but now you're banking on him being healthy and playing the amount of games they need to play. It's a solid team, but 55, I think, is their ceiling for this year. So I'm gonna take the under, a slight under, but they're still going to be a contender for the title. They're still one of the three best teams in the conference, and they're still going to be really good. But I think their ceiling for this season is 55, 56. 55, 56, which is still a damn good season. So I'm going to take the under, slight under.
Kirk?
I'm going over. I think they have a chance. As it stands right now, they have a chance to win 60. I think they have a chance to win 60. You got to remember, man, it's only like 4 good teams in the East right now, y'all. Literally, when you think about like I say, Jason Tatum, Tyrese going down, Joel Embiid never doing the same again since MVP. Then you think about Washington, okay? Then we think about all of those 4 or 5 bad teams we just named. Like after that, it's only about 4 or 5 teams. Maybe you got to worry about maybe the Heat. Maybe they can make it. Maybe you worry about the Bucks. Maybe you worry about the Magic. Maybe but like, what is there? What is there on paper? On paper, what is there in the East to challenge these guys? On paper, they should be the best team in the East. On paper. Now, obviously, we can make a case for the Knicks on paper also, but I don't see why this team doesn't win 60 games. I just don't see it. The East is worse than it was last year. You brought everybody back, that like the core. You brought your starting 5 back, and then you added Lonzo, and you got the steal of the draft. For y'all to get Tyrese Proctor where y'all got him coming out of Duke, bro, that was a giant for them.
Yep.
So, I've always liked Larry Nance Jr. I like Max Strus.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying that those guys are like world beaters and they're going to make a difference like every game, but you got to have those guys. And if Lonzo can play 15 minutes a night for him, he is the perfect guy to when you sit Darius Garland down, he's the perfect guy to bring him in. If Darius Garland gets hurt, you have the perfect substitute. A guy that's going to go out there and say, Evan Mobley, get yours. Donovan Mitchell, get yours. Jared Allen, get yours. Max Strus open? Okay. Oh, come on, young boy. Come on. Tyrese hot. Feed the young boy 2-3 plays in a row. Lonzo will say, fuck all of that because we got the mismatch down bottom. We're not even going to call a play because Jared Allen is matched up on the point guard. You need a chess player. When you have that type of talent around you, you need a chess player. Lonzo is one of the best chess players. Is he one of the best point guards? Is he one of the best players in this league? No. But in terms of playing chess, looking at my roster, knowing what I have and what everybody can do and how I should get guys the ball, there's not 5 guys better than Lonzo at doing that in this league. So when I look at what they were last year and what they are this year, and the East being worse, I don't see how they don't win 60 games, at least 60. I'm taking the over.
I'm going over as well. Pretty much all the reasons you said. Obviously, the Lonzo Ball thing, it does come down to health, but I'm just hoping that the kid is healthy, man, because I've always liked him. I always liked him, man. I know that stuff with his dad, but I always liked him. I always thought he was a good player. But just the injuries have really taken him apart. But if he's able to go, that's a big pickup. I don't know if I would agree with you that he's a better player than Ty Jerome, but
I think he's better for this team.
It could be. He could be.
Yeah.
He could be. Obviously, the best front court in the Eastern Conference with Mobley and Jared Allen. Yeah, I mean, the team's loaded. The team is deep. I'm gonna go over. I think that, like you said, and here's the one thing. I think that because I think there's gonna be a race to the top with the Knicks and the Cavs, like trying to get that number 1 seed. I don't really see the Cavs taking their foot off the gas. I know some people have said they think they will take the foot off the gas just because last year they did run into some injuries in the playoffs, which ultimately led to them losing. Well, I mean, they may have lost the series anyway, but injuries did take a toll on them. So I've heard some people say they may take their foot off the gas a little bit, but I think this team is so good. Even if they did take the foot off the gas a little bit, they're still going to win against some of these bad teams in the East. So yeah, I'm gonna go over. I think the Cavs will ultimately be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and I agree with you. I think 60 is in play. So I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over.
And not only that, they've actually you said they might got the best backcourt,
front court,
but they might have the best backcourt in the East too.
They might, yeah, they might, yeah, probably, yeah.
So
good team, man. Like I said, it's a really good team.
All right, Detroit Pistons, 45.5.
Ain't no way.
What do you say?
Ain't no way they did that. Ain't no way they put them boys at 45 wins.
You got a problem with that line, Kurt? What's wrong with that line?
Oh, yeah, I got a problem with that line. They're going to go over.
Go ahead, Kurt. Let you go first. Go ahead.
No, ain't no way they looked at how those boys were surging at the end of the year and said 45 wins. Like, I see this being a 51 team, a 51 win team. 50 wins. I see 50 wins for the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham became that player. They got the other twin Thompson over there.
Yep.
I like Jaden Ivey. I like Jay Durant. Yeah. They got a good team and they tasted it. Remember, how we always say them young boys gotta get their ass bust. Them boys got their ass bust for 2-something straight years. And then they made the playoffs and they had a taste of it. I think, bro, I really think a 50 win, I think a top 4 seed, a top 4 or 5 seed in the East is attainable for Detroit. I think they have a roster that can get home field advantage in the first round. I like their team because their team is built to play together. When they bring Sasser off the bench, like their team, they have a team where though their team makes sense. You have guys that complement each other, and I see them as being I can see 50. I can see 50. I can see 50 wins for this team, possibly. I'm not about to go crazy and say they're going to be like cream of the crop in the NBA, but they will. I do expect them to be. I do expect them to be top 5. I like Marcus Sasser. I like Beef Stew. I call him Beef Stew because he always fighting Isaiah Stewart. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I like Beef Stew. I like Paul Reed. I like Jaden Ivey. Tobias Harris has always been he has always been like tough veteran, you know. So when I look at this team, bro, hey, they drafted my man Bobby Clinton from Wake Forest. I think he's gonna be a steal. Like they got a lot going on here, man. They got a whole lot with Tim. Uh, I want to see what Asor Thompson is gonna be though, because his brother like took big steps this year and is on the verge of taking a gigantic step this year. So I would like to see what Twin Thompson is going to be moving forward. So I'm gonna say over, bro. I'm gonna say over. I think 51, 52 wins is obtainable for this team.
Stan, what do you say?
I don't know, man. I was kind of like going back and forth with this team. I think first of all, I think their line is right where it was. Their line is at 45, and they were 44 and 38 last year. That's about where they are right now. I think the Pistons are the thing to watch for Detroit is going to be trade because they could be a marketed and landing spot too. It's a solid team, but I'm gonna take the under. Again, I just think the wins that I didn't think they were. I thought they were a 500 team last year that played really hard, and they were a fun team to watch on League Pass. I'm not gonna say that. They were a really fun team. I just think they're again that to get to that level in the Eastern Conference where all those teams above them, and again, the top of the East is going to be really good. Because the bottom of the East is trash, but the top of the East is going to be it's going to be competitive. And I don't know if they fit in that Cleveland, New York, Orlando grouping. So I'm gonna take the slight under. I think they get to 45 wins probably, but they would be a trade team to look at for marketing. But yeah, I mean, Cade might be top 10, 15 in the league this year. Like I said, they got some toughness because they fought the Knicks last year. They fought the Knicks tooth and nail. Could have won the series honestly, with some things went their way. They fought the Knicks, so they definitely have the toughness that you need. I just think with the way the roster is currently constructed, I mean, Duncan Robinson is going to replace Malik Beasley as a 3-point shooter. Duncan Robinson, the Heat gave up on Duncan Robinson a million fucking times.
That's the problem.
Yeah, like I said, the Beasley situation.
They went and got Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert has been a serviceable player. He's
not
one
a fan
of
of Karis LeVert. He's another. I get it. He's another good stats bad team guy. That's how I look at Karis LeVert. So I'm gonna take the under, slight under. They're still gonna be really good. They're gonna still be probably in the top 6 of the conference. They're not gonna be in the play-in. But and again, it's a tough team. I look forward to watching them, but I think they're gonna be right at that line this year.
Yo, but this what I'm saying, Stan. You said the top of the East, and you named the 4 teams: Orlando and the Knicks.
New York.
But I think they're right. Like once you cut those 4 teams, I do think those are the best 4 teams in the East going into the season. Once you cut those 4 teams and you draw their line, the Detroit Pistons is the next team in line. After Orlando, I think Orlando, Cleveland, New York, I'm forgetting one. But it's about 4 teams that's ahead of them.
But here's
After
the question.
those first 4, they're the next in line.
But I love the Detroit Pistons, and I am going to take the over, but I would not lock it, bro, because the question here is the addition of Duncan Robinson,
oh my goodness,
enough, a guy who was having trouble cracking the Heat's rotation, enough to make up for the losses of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley was balling for them last year. Like he was their guy as far as spreading the floor and shooting threes. Like he was perfect for them. So losing him and Tim Hardaway Jr. to me are big losses, and I don't know if they quite replaced it. I love Jaden Ivey, man. I loved him in college.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his. So hopefully he's able to come back healthy and he's ready to rock. But I
And
don't.
his father played for the Ravens.
Yeah, how about that? but I don't think that he actually adds the floor spreading that they need. And that's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about being able to properly spread the floor for Cunningham when they've lost two of their better shooters. So, I mean, if Duncan Robinson can come in there and do that and not hurt him too bad on defense, then it's going to be just fine. But, bro, like those are big losses to me. The reason why I'm still going over is just simply because I think there's just so many appetizers in the Eastern Conference that they're still going to be able to win a lot of games. I think it's a lot of mozzarella sticks and potato skins at the bottom of the East, and I think they're going to feast on it and they're going to keep winning. So I'm taking the over because of that. But I am concerned about those losses. And I love the Pistons, man. I want them to get there, but I don't know, man. I'm a little concerned about that. But we'll see.
Mama cook with shake and bake and I help, boy. They got a lot of advertisers in the East right now. I do think Mark Sasser is a guy that can spread the floor.
Yeah,
Harrison Burke can spread the floor, but they really don't have. Tobias Harris has always been up and down. So
he was good for them last year, though.
He was very good for them last year. But I mean, this is the two things. This one thing in particular can make them a top 4 team. This one thing in particular, they have a twin.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a guy who literally plays 1 through 4. If they can get a consistent 17 points a game from Twin, along with everything he's already doing defensively, playmaking. I know 17 a game is a lot to ask for him right now, for him, because he hasn't put it together yet. If I can get 17 a game from Twin Thompson, along with what Cade is doing, along with what Jalen Duren is down bottom, along with the veteran in there, that might, but I don't think he can go out there and give me 17 by himself. His 17 got to be a Sean Marion 17, like I run the floor with Steve Nash type. But if he could give me 17 a night and shoot about 34, 35% from 3, bro, that might make them a top 4 team in the East. But I know that's asking a lot for him. I am asking a lot from him. To give me 17 on your own and shoot 35% from 3, that's asking a lot. But if that can happen, they'd be a totally different team. They're a totally different team if they can get somebody outside of Cade Cunningham to give them 18 to 20 a night. And if that somebody happens to be Twin, the league might be, the East going to be in trouble, bro. The East going to be in trouble. I know that's a tall order, and I'm asking a lot.
I expect Jaden Ivey to possibly be that before Twin, but we'll never know. We don't know yet. We'll see. All right, Indiana Pacers. Kurt's Indiana Pacers. 36.5. Kurt, over.
No, they're going over that, bro. Yes, they're going to win more than 36.
I agree.
Yeah, without Tyrese, listen. You still got Siakam, you still got Ben Knapp, you still got Nimbar, you still got Naismith, and all of those. You still got Toppin, if I'm not mistaken. I think he stayed too. Did he? I'm not sure. But even without Tyrese Halliburton, I think going into the season with a healthy Tyler, even if they lose Game 7, if Tyrese Halliburton is healthy going into the season, bro, they would be a 65, 62 win team because they figured it out at the end of the season.
Yep.
So you got to think this is a team that went to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals, bro. Like, and you can't be a team that's that good like that and lose one player and everything go to shit.
Yep.
So, and they play. Tyrese Halliburton is ball dominant, but he's not shot dominant.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So they used to everybody having to get their shots now. So them having to get six more points with Naismith, that can happen. Them having to get 4 more points and 3 more assists from Nimbar, that can happen. Look, Ben Mathurin, we need you to be 18 points every night. That can happen with this team. Like when you look at their genetic makeup, everything, whatever what it would take for them to be a successful team without Tyrese Halliburton is actually possible. It's actually what these guys do.
They did lose Miles Turner too, just real quick. They did lose Turner as well.
Yeah, that is going to hurt. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. That's definitely going to hurt. I forgot about that. But I still see them winning at least 40, 39. Like you say, they're not tanking. They're not going to tank. So I see 39 to 40.
I agree. I'm going over as well. Like, and honestly, I would basically lock it. They're not. They're going to go over here. They're going to be one of the play-in teams for sure. They're going over. Like Rick Carlisle ain't for no tanking. Like this team is going to battle every single night. And like Kurt said, they still got plenty of talent on this team, and they kind of figured things out as the season went on. So yeah, over without question. They're going to be a pesky team to play. Yeah, I'm going over. Kurt, you pretty much broke it down roster-wise already. I'm going over.
Yeah.
Same?
It's a lock over.
Yeah.
It's a lock over. That line is disrespectful, first of all. That is a team of professional basketball players that got that taste of success the last few years. I mean, they were in a game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yep.
And could have, and they were in the game even after Halliburton got injured.
Exactly.
That team is not going to roll over. Do you think that Obi Toppin is like, shit, man?
Yeah, I know, right?
Miles Turner's gone.
Miles Turner's gone.
Fuck all that, man. More minutes for me. Shit. I mean, you think, Mathurin in a contract year is like, shit, I'm going to have to get more minutes now because Halliburton's out. These niggas are going to thrive with this shit. I would be concerned with Mathurin getting a little too ball dominant and doing a little bit too much I'm the man shit because Halliburton's gone. But that team is full of professional ball players. Siakam's a professional ball player, a solid ball player. Nembhard, I'm excited to see what he does in a more expanded role at point guard, maybe. It's still a good roster. Again, you take out Miles Turner, you take out Tyrese Halliburton, it's still a good roster. It's still a bunch of professional guys, a professional head coach who knows what he's doing. They're going to be at 500. They're going to be a 500 team. They're going to be in the play-in. They're going to be competitive every night. They're going to fight their asses off every night, no matter who they're playing. Yeah, that's an easy over. That's a lock. That's a lock over, man.
And you know what? They lose. Remember, like we said, they lost Miles Turner. But you got to remember who was hurt last year. Isaiah Jackson. He's essentially Miles Turner. You understand?
They're going to hope that he is. Yeah, they're going to hope he is.
I'm not making a comparison because Tyrese Halliburton is way more skilled. It's not even so I don't want y'all to think I'm making a comparison. But I'm talking about role-wise mentality and what I am willing to do for the guys around me. What's the difference between Tyrese Halliburton mentality and the mentality of TJ McConnell? Now, Tyrese is way more skilled, can give you way more shit. But that pass first, get everybody involved because everybody matters mentality is what TJ McConnell does. Now, obviously, you're not going to get the clutch shots. You're not going to get the defense. You're not going to get the finishing ability. But in terms of running your team and getting guys in place, you're not losing nothing with TJ McConnell in that aspect of spread the ball. But you're just going to miss everything else that Tyrese Halliburton can get you. You know what I'm saying? But I like this. And then Isaiah Jackson coming back. Bro, the more I think about it, bro, the more I get closer to like even without Tyrese Halliburton, they still might be a top 6 team in the East, bro.
6,
Nah,
man.
I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, I think they could be as good, like not in terms of wins, but I'm saying like if you put them on the floor together, right, in a playoff series, they'll beat the Atlanta Hawks. They'll beat they will beat.
I don't know about that either.
Bro, listen.
I can't. You can't bet against Kurt at this point, bro. Kurt called this thing all the way through, so I can't. I ain't betting against Kurt no
The
more.
more I look at it, right? The more I look at it, yo, the more I see like, because they got like question marks. They got question marks like James Wiseman. We know you can rebound and block shots. We know you can do
James
that.
Wiseman's not going to see the floor.
You gonna give me
Is he even
the-
still on his roster?
Yeah, he's still on the roster.
I
They
think
still
he's
got the young boy from Kansas, Johnny Furphy. What if Johnny first come back next year and ready to improve and help? It's a lot of like question marks on this team, bro. But when you got good leadership and good coaching, those question marks go out the door. So
Is Wiseman the underrated worst first overall pick in NBA history?
no,
No,
I
it's
would say
worse.
Andrew Fagnani, but he's close. No, what's the
Anthony
dude that the
Bennett, bro.
Cavs
Anthony
drafted?
Bennett.
No, the
No,
dude
no,
that the
nobody's
Cavs
worse than
drafted.
Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett.
That's the worst. That's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing's worse than Anthony Bennett.
the only bail I'll shoot Anthony Bennett was that draft was weird. Like it was a very weird draft. Like he went number 1, but anybody could win number 1 in that draft. It was like a bunch of guys that could have went number 1 because there was no sure superstar. Then of course Giannis got drafted way later in the draft. You know, kind of where how these drafts work out. But all right, let's keep moving. The Miami Heat, 38 and a half. I'm gonna go first on this one. What's that Marvel character that can like transform in everybody? Is it Mystique? Is that her name?
More from Mystique, yeah.
Wolf and Mystique. Wolf and
Yeah.
Mystique. So that's what this was going to be for the Miami Heat. They're going to be the Morph and Mystique of the NBA because it's going to be the exact same thing as last year. It's going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to take the over. It's going to be exactly the same. They're going to finish at exactly the same spot, which I think they finished 8th. They lost the first play-in game, won the second play-in game, and then got annihilated in the first round by the eventual Eastern Conference champions. That's exactly what's going to happen this year. Exactly the same. There will be no difference. So yeah, I'm gonna take the. Well, actually, what did they win last year? Let me see the win total that they won.
Yeah, check out the win total before
They won. They won 37 last year, so they're gonna win. You know what? Shit, this is tough. Okay, the result of the season is going to be exactly the same, but they're going to go over. I think 39. That's a good line. Vegas knows what they're doing. I'm gonna go over though, because they're gonna go over. They always go over. They're gonna be the same. It's the same old, same old. They're gonna be an annoying, pesky team, and yeah, I'm gonna go over. Kurt, what do you say?
I'm going over too. And the reason I'm gonna go over, I actually slept on this team. I'm looking at the roster right now. Tyler Hero is an all-star. Bam Adebayo is a
Tyler Hero is hurt. Tyler Hero is hurt.
For how long?
I don't know if they said. I don't know if they said he's out for a minute.
Tyler Hero's hurt.
Nah, yo, that's my guy, yo. But they added a guy who's not ball dominant and that can give you 20 to 22 a game in Norman Powell.
Yep.
And he's a defender. This team was smoking before Terry Rozier got hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about smoking, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about smoking. That's a little much.
Playing good ball, yo. They was playing good basketball before Terry Rozier got hurt.
Fine,
okay. I've always liked Andrew Wiggins. I like Jaime Jaquez. I like Khalil Ware, the big man. I like Davion Mitchell. I like this team. I just don't know if I like them together. I like Precious Ochoa. I like this team. I like the team, but I don't know if I like them like as a unit. I like players on this team, but I don't know if I like Andrew Wiggins and Norman Powell on the floor at the same time. I don't know if I like Davion Mitchell and Terry Rozier on the same floor. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a great coach. Okay.
Yep.
But I don't believe I'm gonna just be honest, y'all gonna get mad at me, bro, but I don't believe in Bam Adebayo. Like he does not play big in big games. He just doesn't at all. So I'm gonna go over because I expect him to win. What would you say was 30 what?
38 and a half. So they gotta get to 39.
You know what? That might be right.
That's a
that
Vegas
might
get a
be
good
spot
number.
on. 39 wins might be spot on.
Yep.
But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say they will at least be. I think this is a 500 roster. You have all-star caliber players. So, and Norman Powell, you add Norman Powell.
Yep, that was a good pickup.
That was a great pickup. So I'm gonna go. I think they could play 500 basketball. So that would make them over.
Okay.
Who cares, man? This is another one of these teams. Nah, Miami's another one of these teams where it's like, who fucking cares? It don't make sense. It's a weird roster. It don't make sense. There's good players there. Bam. I'm gonna read off what Bam's salary is. You tell me what level of player you think he is.
Lord.
Bam is at $37 million this year. He'll be at 51 next season, 56 the following season, a player option for 60 and 29.
His girl works out.
A player option.
He ain't worth that, but his girlfriend is.
Hey, he ain't the best player in his relationship, man. It's like I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna do that to Bam. Bam's a good player, man. I'm not gonna do that, man. Yeah, but you ain't sleeping with the GOAT right now. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that to Bam. Bam's a good player, man. But
watch a girl win MVPs and championships.
You in Miami, where you ain't got no chance. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just saying, Bam's a good player. He's an all-star caliber player, but he's gonna get $60 million by the end of the decade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a weird route. I like Wiggins. Not at $28 million. I like Wiggins. $28 million, $30 million next season for Wiggins. So you look at that, say $81 million, and then you throw in Tyler Hero. That's $120 million for three guys. Is gonna get you what? 40 wins.
Yeah,
I'll take a slight over. I'll get a slight over because I think they'll get right at 39 wins. Because they are like the South Beach version of the Chicago Bulls. At this point, that's where they are. 38, 39 wins, 9th place, 10th place in the conference. That's just all they are, man. They don't have really much room to make any deals. But Pat Riley, you never know with Pat Riley. Pat Riley be pulling tricks out his ass, and you never know. But this roster is just good enough to get them to the play-in.
Yes.
So I'll take a slight over. 39 wins. That's about where that's pretty much where they are. 39 wins.
I think if Tyler Hero could come back within the first 10 games, it changes a lot of things, but I still don't see them being close to a 50-win team.
All right. We're gonna move on to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, 42.5. Seems like a low number there. So here's the thing, right? I'll go first on this one. This is actually the one I struggle with the most because that number 42.5 seems awful low. And I think that there's a world where Giannis just says, you know what? I'm going to go 2017, 2018 LeBron. And even though I don't have the best roster, I am the best player in the conference. And I'm just going to go crazy and just drag this team to the finals because I'm just that much better than everyone else in the conference. There's a world where something like that happens. But there's also a world when his team gets off to a very slow start, and then rumblings about Giannis wanting to be traded starts happening, and it's a distraction to the team, and suddenly that 42 and a half number feels about right. It's hard to really say which one of those worlds is going to happen. Adding Miles Turner, I do think is going to be good for the team. I do like that addition. They added my man, Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony's on the team. That's my man right there. I think that he'll have an opportunity to, do that off the bench score. I think he has an opportunity to do something like that. I like that move. It's hard to imagine though that like they can't get over that number if Giannis just says, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go LeBron. I'm going LeBron." Ah man, it's a tough one, man. I gotta go over, bro. It's Giannis, yo. I gotta go over. I have to go over, man. 42 and a half. Giannis. I got to, bro. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over, yo. I have to. I don't have a choice. Kurt, you taking the under?
Bro, that nigga could go Clark Kent and they still went 42 games. You have absolutely no guard play. None whatsoever. Your guards are Gary Harris, Gary Trent Jr., who I do like, Kevin Porter Jr.
I like him. Cole Anthony. You didn't mention Cole.
I know. What the fuck? What I was going to mention him for?
He's a guard. He's a guard play. He's a guard.
I said good guard play, not every 5-game guard play. They have nothing, bro, outside of Giannis, bro. I love Miles Turner. That's my guy. But they have nothing outside of Giannis. And you could talk about the LeBron who took them sorry-ass teams, but LeBron played in the sorry-ass East, too. Well, like, LeBron wasn't going against those Cleveland Cavaliers, those New York Knicks teams, and that Orlando. Well, Orlando was pretty solid back then, okay? But what I'm saying is
not back then.
The best of the best in the East, LeBron wouldn't have got through those guys with those teams, is what I'm saying. The best 2 or 3 teams, he was not going to get past Indiana with Mo Williams being his second best player. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking about that year. I'm talking about the year when Kevin Love was the second best player. Where
Kyrie, they got hurt in the finals. They had Kyrie though.
No, the year Kyrie asked for a trade. Remember, Kyrie asked to be traded from there. I'm talking about that year. That year. Giannis just went. I mean, LeBron just went crazy and took that team to the finals and almost won Game 1 against Golden State. Like that to me, that's actually LeBron's best game. Like I know that they lost the game, so it's hard to say his best game is in the L. But that game right there, I'm like, yo, this dude.
No, that was the single best. Yeah, that was the single best performance I've seen in a finals game in my lifetime.
Yeah,
and individual players' performance, yeah. But I know what you're saying. Man.
Yeah,
I get what he's trying to say, but it's still not enough, bro. It's still not enough. Like J.R. Smith would be the second best player on this team.
Yeah, probably.
Like Amon Shumpert would be the third best player on this team, bro. Like this is crazy, bro. Like they have nothing.
Still got Bobby Portis on there. He's still on the roster. Kyle Kuzma.
You're talking about corner niggas. You're talking about corner niggas that rebound, Reggie. Like Bobby, go sit in the corner, and when it's open, we'll kick it to you. They have no playmaker outside of Giannis. Period. They did pick up Alex Antetokounmpo though, the youngest brother. If that mean anything. Yeah. But I'm taking the under, bro. I see 37, 38. They have nothing. They're not going to win a game against a Western Conference team. They're not, bro. They're going to get swept by the top. Look, the top 8 teams in the West are going to sweep them. Straight. They're not going to win a game against the West. So I'm taking the under. They have absolutely nothing.
Stan, what do you say?
This is what I will say as far as what I believe in this team. I put the Bucks in a parlay for 45 wins. I think they're going way over. The reason why the number is low is like what Reggie said. Vegas is factoring in a potential Giannis trade. There isn't going to be a Giannis trade. He's not getting traded in season. If anything happens with Giannis, it'll be in the summer. It's not going to happen during the season. And I think Giannis is going to put up massive numbers. I think he's going to be a 35, 12, 5 guy every night.
Yep.
And this roster is actually not bad. He's saying they actually do have good players. Miles Turner's a good player. He's going to be good for them. I don't like the way they did it. I don't like the
horrible trade.
The financial peril they put their team in, because when I'm looking at Hoops Hype and I look at their salaries, you know who I see on their salary list? Damian Lillard, a guy who doesn't play for them.
Yep.
And Damian Lillard is on this list for like the next 5 years at $22 million.
Yep.
They're paying the Ghost $22 million every year.
Yep.
That's a problem. But they got Miles Turner, so whoop-de-doo. It's a good team. It's a good roster. I mean, look. I like your boy from Orlando,
Gary Harris or Cole.
Go Cole Anthony. Not Gary Harris. He stinks. But no,
Cole
Gary.
Gary
Cole
Harris.
Anthony's a good player. Cole Anthony's a good player, man. I mean, look, this is not a bad roster. It might actually be a better roster than he had last year. A better shooting. I think he's got better shooting on his team this year. I mean, all those guys like Portis and Kevin Porter, Ryan Rollins, Taurean Prince, Gary Trent. These guys were pretty good three-point shooters. They're better shooters than what they had last year. Dame was horrible from three last year. I think it's a better team that he has this year. I don't think it's a championship team, obviously, but it's a better team than he had last year. I think he has a better chance to get out of the first round than he did last year. But Giannis isn't going anywhere. He's not getting traded. I know that's why the number is what it is, but he's not getting traded this year. It's a solid roster. I think they're gonna. That's another lock of us. That they're going over that.
I wouldn't lock
it.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. They're going over that. They're going to be a 45-win team.
Hey, Thad, you want to make a friendly bet? Sure. Like, okay, if the Bucks win 45 games, I will wear a Stan is King t-shirt on the podcast. You know what I mean? Whatever you want my t-shirt to say, it has to say it, yo. If you want my t-shirt to say I'm a dumbass nigga, it has to say that. Let's do a t-shirt. Let's make a t-shirt bet, man. Let's make a t-shirt bet right now for the podcast.
Sure, why not? I mean, I'm confident. Like I said, I had them in a parlay for 45 wins. They're going to win 45 at least. They're going to be the fourth or fifth seed in the conference.
No,
Giannis is the best player in the conference by far. That's going to be playing this year, and that's not a bad team. So yeah, I'm locking that shit easy. They're going over that. They're going to get to 45, 46 wins, and they're going to be a fourth or fifth seed in the conference.
Kurt is my king. Get ready. I'm letting you know that now. That's what your shirt gonna say, Stan. My king. I honor my king, Kurt. That's what your t-shirt gonna say, bro.
All right. So we'll move on to the New York Knicks. 53.5. Stan, what do you say?
Over. They're going to win the East, I think, this year. They're going to be representing the East in the finals. I don't know. Look, I understand why they changed coaches. I understand why they changed the coach. But the roster is as good as it's going to get. And their bench is vastly improved this year.
Yes.
Even though, even with Brogdon retiring out of nowhere, it's still a much better bench than what they've had before.
Yes.
Like what they've had the last few years. You got Jordan Clarkson, Conor McGregor. Yabusele is really good. I like Yabusele.
Yep.
That right there, those two guys right there upgrade their bench over what they had last year, even with Brogdon retiring. McBride is still there. Shamit's pretty good. He's not bad off the bench. And the starting five is still the best starting five in the NBA. You still got Towns, who's now in there a lot. The only concern I have about the Knicks is the Giannis nonsense. If the Bucks if the Bucks somehow get off to like a 5-10, 5-12, 7-20 start, the rumblings will start again about Giannis.
Yep.
And it's already been coming out that the Giannis and the Knicks, that there were discussions with the Knicks and the Bucks in the offseason. What the Knicks can offer the Bucks is not enticing to Milwaukee. It wouldn't be enticing to me, what they would offer. Some combination of Towns and Anunoby and picks is just no. If you're Milwaukee, and again, if you're Milwaukee and you're looking to trade your best player, basically you're going to say we're starting over. How can you start over if you're going to bring back Towns' salary of $53, $57, and $61 million? Or Anunoby and his salary of $39, $42, $45, and $48 million. That's a lot of money to take back when you're trying to rebuild. So that's not enticing to Milwaukee. But that shit's going to start up if the Bucks struggle this year. And that might fuck with the chemistry of the team because, again, Towns going to be like, what the fuck? Why am I hearing I'm being trade rumors? But I don't want to go to Milwaukee. You know, Towns just fucking got to New York. He's from Jersey. He's a Jersey kid. He's playing for the Knicks. That's probably a fucking dream of his. Why would he want to go to Milwaukee? You know, so that's where it could mess the chemistry up with this team. But outside of that, this team is loaded. Best starting five in the league. Mike Brown gets a lot of shit as a coach over the years. He's a good coach, man. He's a good coach. I mean, was he a dumbass when the Kings won 50 games and were in the playoffs for the first time since Bush was in presidency? Like, no, man. He's a good coach, man. So he'll be a good coach and a breath of fresh air for those guys because I'm sure playing on the Tibbs was like playing on a slave master at times. You know, how many minutes he played those starters. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a change. That's a breath of fresh air right there. Brunson is Brunson, one of the best guards in the league. You know, starting five, like I said, is best starting five in the league, and they got a bench now. Easy over. That's easy for me.
You said best starting five in the league. You said it a couple of times. So I think you're prepared for conflict on this. You think they got a better starting five than OKC?
OKC, yeah, I was gonna say that.
I think their starting five is on par with OKC. Yeah, the starting
is it
five,
better?
not
You
the
said
bench.
the best.
Not. Yes, that's what I said.
So it's better.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a better starting five. The five guys. The bench, the Thunder's advantage is they're a deeper team. They go deeper. I think the Knicks have the best starting five in the league.
I don't think they got the best starting five in the East.
Really?
I mean, that's fine.
I think you could look down at your jersey stand and see the best starting five in the East. The Cavaliers. That's the best starting five. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, with Donovan, DeAndre Hunter, and the point guard Darius Garland. That's the best starting five in the East.
I mean, look, the Knicks. Like I said, the Knicks have three guys in Townsend and Towns, Bronson, and Bridges that could go for 25, 30 a night if they get hot. Josh Hart is a well balanced, solid player, good defender, can shoot the three occasionally, can defend, can rebound, can get double digit rebounds at his position, his height. You know, Anunoby's a solid corner three guy, great defender, lots of great wingspan. It's a best starting five in the league.
You just described the Cleveland Cavaliers starting five. Because Evan Mobley, Darius Garland,
and the Cavs have a great starting five, and they got bounced in the second round last year. I mean, whatever.
By the same team that bounced the Knicks.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm sold on the Knicks. That's all I'm saying. I'm sold on the Knicks this year. This is gonna be the year. It's I don't want to say it's reminiscent of the '94 season where they had the door open because Jordan retired to win the title, and they, of course, blew it. I don't think they blow it this year. I think they get to the finals. I'm real high on the Knicks this year.
I disagree with you saying that there's the starting they had the best starting five, but I am agreeing with you that I do expect them to take the East. I do. One thing about Mike Brown, scoring ain't gonna be a problem for them. That was their problem. Like, they sometimes get put in a box. That's how Indiana was able to come back on them, because they get Brunson heavy, right? But see, what Mike Brown going to do is he's going to take the ball out of Brunson's hands a lot. You're going to see Mikal Bridges be used as the facilitator that we know he can be a lot. It's going to be a lot of Jalen Brunson come down, dish it to Miles, and go run off somewhere and come off a screen. It's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of extra passes in New York. One thing about Mike Brown, I don't think he's an elite coach. I think he's a B-tier coach. If this was Madden, I would give him about like a 86, 87 rating as a coach. I think he's about an 85, 86. The thing about Mike Brown is it's not necessarily the X's, the O's. It's the fact that the players want to fucking play for him. They want to. They like Mike Brown. They love Mike Brown. When Mike Brown got ousted in Sacramento, those guys was mad about that. You understand? So, guys, even Kobe said he was a likable guy. You get Kobe to say you're a likable guy, bro, you're doing something right character-wise, right? But I do expect them to take the East, and I do expect them to win 60 games this year.
Yep.
Like, unless they do the Popovich, we up 6 games, and we 6 games above number 1 seed. The number 2 is 6 games behind us. We got 8 games left. Jalen, you would normally play 30, but for these last 8 games, you're only going to play 15 to 20 because we just want to keep you warm. We don't want to run you. You just like Pop would do. Tony Parker, you only playing the first quarter tonight. I just need your legs to stay fresh. I don't need you to play. I need you to stay fresh. Unless that happens, they're going to win 60 games. So I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over as well. And I don't think that's going to happen because I think the Cavaliers are going to be right there with them all year long. I think that in the Eastern Conference, like you remember SummerSlam 1998, it was The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was like they called the highway to hell because they was coming, they was just tearing everybody up to get to that moment of like them wrestling at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's what I think this is going to be. The Eastern Conference is going to come down to the Knicks and the Cavs, and they're going to be going tit for tat for who's going to be the number 1 seed. So I think both of those teams are going to eat all the appetizers in the Eastern Conference, and so I think both of them are going to be at the top of the East. So I think both teams going to win a lot of games. I think 60 is possible for the Knicks as well, for sure. I said about the Cavs, I'm going to say it about the Knicks. So I agree.
You win teams in the East this year?
I think so.
That's possible. That's highly possible.
I think so. Like y'all already said it mostly. I mean, they got an improved bench. Though, I mean, we don't really know if the bench wasn't good last year because Tibbs wouldn't play him. He wouldn't give it a chance. We don't know how good the bench was, but Mike Brown will. Jordan Clarkson is a great pickup. Like, I mean, the idea that you had, a bench that never got a chance, and you just add like the premier off the bench scoring guy that's just a great pickup. So yeah, I like this team. The best starting 5. I can't let that go, Stan. I don't know about that, but it's a great starting 5. Great on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I'm going over. And y'all said y'all had the Knicks representing the East in the finals.
Yeah.
I say the Cavs. Represent the East.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
All right. Let's move on now to
Here we go.
The Orlando Magic.
Here we go.
At 50.5. So I guess I'll go first on this situation here. It's quite a situation we got going on here.
Here we go.
No, I'm not even gonna do a big speech on this. I'll just say that I am gonna take the over because I thought the Magic were gonna win 50 games last year. I said it last year. I thought this was gonna be a G Unit season. This is 50. You know what I'm saying? This is 50, and it's gonna be 50 this year. The only reason why we didn't get 50 last year is because of the injuries. We had Paolo and Franz go out for the same damn injury. We had both of them out. We had both Franz and Paolo out, and then Suggs went down. Like all three best players missed a ton of time around the same time. Like it wasn't like we had, like they were all out, and we still won 44 last year, I think, something like that. I think we won like 44 games last year. So, I mean, I am going to assume that the basketball gods aren't going to be so hard on us this year. Like, give us a break, So, as long as the team stays healthy, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't get to 50. I do wonder if there's going to be some growing pains here because you're adding a Desmond Bane to the team, which is exactly what we need. But they got to work out. They got to work out the kinks on it. Jalen Suggs, we don't know when he's coming back. I mean, he hasn't played in the preseason, so I haven't heard anything that says he's going to be available to start the season. Did add Tyus Jones, so he can step in and play there. So yeah, I love the team. Mo Wagner tore his ACL last year. Don't know when he's coming back yet. So there are still some injury stuff and some rotation stuff they're gonna have to work out. But yeah, I'm taking the over. And
Here we go. Here we go.
We talk a lot about the MVP race and what players might end up in the race for the MVP. But there's a player that I haven't heard anybody mention about in the race for the MVP. And that's a 6'10" forward from Duke University.
Boy, you be jumping out the window for your niggas, boy. You be jumping out the window for your boys, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because this is gonna be a 50-win season. It's gonna be a 50+ win season. It's not gonna be 50. Not gonna be 51. Might be 53.
Yo, give me Paolo's stats. Give me his line for the MVP.
Oh man. Well, I tell you, man, when you take a look at the team and what it's going to come down to is some of these additions going to be able to make open shots? Because something that y'all don't understand, man, is that Paolo actually is a good playmaker.
He's the closest thing to LeBron. He's the closest thing we have to LeBron.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. This is LeBron. That's what this is. And so
he's the closest thing. I'm not saying he is LeBron. He's the closest thing we have to LeBron.
Yeah, I guess that's what you're talking about, but I don't even know about that. But okay, keep going.
Well, I know about it, and he's an improving rebounder.
Give me the MVP line, Reggie. Give me the MVP because we just said we all agreed that Giannis is going to average at least 30 and 10 this year. So give me the Paolo Banchero numbers that's going to put him in the MVP race. What's his stat line?
29, 11, and 7.
You think this man going to go from 7 rebounds a night to 11?
Yes.
All right, right. Well, you be jumping out the window. I'm jumping.
because these things are improving, man. I watch all the games, man. He improved. He's improving as a rebounder and as a defender. People said that this
11, Becky?
11. And because all them rebounds are going to be available, all them shots people going to be missing against our defense. Man, against our defense, them balls going to be hitting off the back iron right into Paolo's hand.
Bro, they was missing off of y'all defense last year, bro. And he only averaged 7.
Okay, maybe I'm tripping about 11, but it's gonna be good though. Let's say 9. 29.
9 is fair. That's fair. I'll accept 9. 29, 9, and 7.
29, 9, and 7.
That's MVP numbers, and I can see him realistically doing that. Maybe 27, but 29, I can see that.
29, 9, and 7. Paolo Banchero, 50+ wins. I'm taking the over. What do y'all say?
Banchero is plus 1,000, plus 10,000 for MVP. So
plus 10,000,
1,000 to 1 odds. Basically.
That's a lot.
It's enticing.
That means if I bet $1,000, if I bet $1 that he won MVP, I can make 10,000 off of this nigga, right?
Hold on. Yeah, it's about something like that.
If you bet 100, you win 1,000, right?
Yeah, if you bet 100, you win 1,000.
No, he said 10,000 to 1. No, he said 10,000 to 1 odds.
What I meant was, hold on. I'll tell you. Yeah, if you bet 10, you win 1,000.
Bet 10, you win 1,000.
If you bet 10, you can win 1,000. Yeah, $10 wins you $1,000 if Bankero wins MVP right now.
Now, Reggie, I'm not saying it's not possible, but
I
he's
said
gonna
the
be all
race.
NBA. Listen,
No.
he's gonna be all NBA third
I
team this year.
said he was going to be in the MVP race. I didn't say he was going to win. I said he's going to be in the MVP race. I said people ain't talking about him in the MVP race. He's going to be in the race.
Because he's not going to be in it.
His name going to be up there as one of the. They going to vote. Somebody going to vote for him.
Not this year.
No,
all
this
NBA
year.
third team. All NBA third team. Third team. All NBA.
Third team.
That's realistic. That's way more realistic than MVP race.
How he third team? Who's? Oh, all NBA third team. Okay.
Yeah, all NBA.
I don't know about that. Go ahead, man.
That's legit.
All right, go ahead. Over under.
I say I'm going over. I think they're going to win 52-53. I like with Desmond Bain and all the question marks with some of the good teams in the East with injuries, and then the bottom of the East. Yeah, they should be able to win 50-53.
Stan?
I gotta take the slight under. I think they hit 50 on the dot. I think they hit 50 on the dot. But it's 50. The over is 51. So I'm gonna say slight under. It's a good team. Again, they'll be better this year. They've got some shooting, but again, this is a bunch of guys on that team. You're just looking at like, what am I gonna get from this guy? What am I gonna get from this guy? What am I gonna get from this guy? Again, you count on Bankero and Wagner to take leaps this year. I wish Wagner would figure out what kind of player he is and be that guy instead of this up and down shit we've been seeing the last couple of years with him.
But you know what helped that though? You know what would help that though? What you was talking about? Tyus Jones. Yeah. A guy like that'll put him in place. He's another chess player. And then with their injuries last year, guys like Jet Howard got more time and able to play.
He's a bust. He's a bust. He's a bust. I was so mad. I wanted to draft Grady Dick, and they drafted this dude. I'm like, come on, yo, he's a bust.
But I am expecting things from my man.
Who's that?
A Black. That's my guy.
Black. We'll see. All right. Philadelphia 76ers, 42.5. I don't really know what to say about this. I mean, we're all going to say the same thing. It comes down to health. I mean, if somehow this team gets healthy, then this kind of blows up pretty much everything that we didn't say kind of blows up if this team is actually healthy in terms of, because I mean, a healthy Philadelphia team would be possibly in the top 4 of the East if they're healthy, but we all know they won't be healthy. And so I'm going to take the under. Like, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. That's pretty much it. Will they be healthy? You would take this line if you believe the team is going to be healthy. And right, is Joel Embiid playing in the preseason right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
Yeah, he's playing.
Are you playing?
Okay. Yeah, he ain't playing a whole lot of minutes, but he's playing.
Yeah, so I mean, when the season starts, is it going to be ramping up his minutes? Is it going to be a minutes restriction? I mean, does Paul George have anything left? Is he washed? I mean, like you take this line. Yeah, but like, you take this line if you believe that they're going to be healthy. And how do you even predict that? I mean, my prediction is that they won't be, but I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing VJ Edgecombe. I'm a huge fan of him. He kind of reminds me of like Oladipo. I'm interested to see him. I don't know, man. I'm going under, but I mean, I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm going under. Kurt,
what's the line again?
42 and a half.
They're going to be they say they're going to be a 500 team, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look at this team without Joel Embiid, right?
I mean,
And I know
it's also going to be without. I mean, Jared McCain, who I thought was playing excellent last year, he's hurt already. So
Yeah, he's already hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I feel bad for him? I'm feeling bad for Tyrese Maxey right now
yeah,
because he's a monster,
Yep.
know, and he's stuck in limbo right now.
yeah.
I mean, Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, like Quentin Grimes,
Washed.
like Paul George need to just stick to the podcast. Andre Drummond is still going to rebound and block shots, though. We do know that. The man is arguably one of the top 2 or 3 rebounders in the history of the game. But outside of Tyrese Maxey and Andre Drummond, I don't know what I'm going to get every night from this team. I know Andre Drummond is going to rebound and block shots. I know I'm going to get that. He ain't going to give me much offensively, but I know he's definitely going to block shots.
All right, I missed the message from Tish. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Tish. I missed the message.
What up,
Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Shout out to Tish. But I just don't see this Philly team. It's too many question marks. But if that's like you say, it depends on if Joel Embiid is going to be healthy. If Joel Embiid is going to be healthy and be that player, like that changes everything, like you said. So, but I'm gonna go by what I believe Joel Embiid will be. And I think they're going to be a lottery team this year. We're going under. I think Joel Embiid is going to miss 50 games. I think he's going to miss 50 games. Tyrese Maxey is going to have a monster year on a losing team. He's going to be one of those great stats on a losing team, guys. I'm going under. With the 7th pick in the 2026 draft, the 76ers will be selecting.
All right. Stan, what do you say?
Man, I don't even want to touch this fucking shit. I was like, I definitely wouldn't bet this.
No.
I'm not putting any money on the 76ers ever again. I'm gonna say slight under.
Slight?
A slight under because I don't believe in his team. I don't believe that. I gotta see it again with Embiid at this point. I know he's lost some weight, looks to be in better condition, the best condition I've seen him in since college. I can't do it, bro. I can't. I don't trust him. I can't trust him. So I'm taking the under. I can't do it. I think Paul George is washed. I don't think he has anything left in the tank. Losing McCain sucks because McCain was playing really well with Maxey last year. I mean, Quentin Grimes was putting up good offensive numbers last year, but there was nobody playing. It was just him. I'm interested to see that rookie, see what he got on that team.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what he does. But I gotta see it to believe it. So I'm taking a slight under because I just don't believe it. Embiid's in great shape. That's great. I gotta see it. And I hope I do because Embiid being healthy and playing at a high level is great for the league. Because he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that you can get up on a Friday night, turn on league pass, and like, oh shit, Embiid got 30 points in the first quarter. Embiid got 25 in the first quarter. Embiid's got 50 through 3 quarters. That's the kind of player that he is capable of being. But I gotta see it, man. I gotta see it for more than 50 games. If Embiid can play in the 50 to 60 game range and be eligible for postseason awards, if that team goes like 44 and 38, you gotta make some considerations for Embiid for MVP. Because he's gonna have a monster season if he stays healthy. But
yeah,
I gotta see it. I gotta see it first. So I'm taking a slight under. Slight under. I think they go 41 and 41. And that might be the best case scenario for him.
All right. Toronto Raptors, 39 and a half. You know what? I'm going over. I'm going to say this. I think that the Raptors and the Atlanta Hawks are the two it looks good on paper teams. Because on paper, man, I think this is a solid team. I mean, Scotty Barnes and R.J. Barrett, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram. They got Jakob Poeltl. Like, that's a solid team. They're solid, and I mean, in the East, they should be right there. So on paper, it looks fine. I mean, I think at this point, there is some questions about Scotty Barnes about if he's worth the contract. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the going rate. I do like him. Good defender. Solid scorer. I don't know if the shot's ever quite gonna get where people kind of hope it got to, but he's a solid player. I mean, if you look back at that draft, I mean, Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, who would you rather have?
Scotty.
Stan?
I would have Scotty.
Probably Barnes. Probably Barnes.
Who else was in that draft? Was that Evan Mobley also in that draft?
I believe so. I think that was the.
I could be wrong on that, but I know that was a debate.
That the DeAndre Ayton draft?
No.
Yeah, because that's a Luka Doncic draft more than anything.
Yeah, but nah, like I like the team, yo. I'm going over. Now, is there a world where this does not work out and it doesn't look good, and even though it looks good on paper, it's a disaster on the floor? Yeah, that's a possibility. But I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna go with the over, and I'm gonna go to Stan.
It's like $156 million for Barnes, Ingram, Quickly, Barrett, and Poeltl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money for a roster who I think ceiling is 44-38. I actually bet the under with Toronto because I don't like the fucking team. I don't like the team. I don't like Ingram. I don't like Barnes. I don't like Quickly. Barrett's good, but those guys are good players, but not at the number they're making. I understand you say the going rate. Scotty Barnes is not worth 38, 40 fucking $million. He's just not, yo.
But
then they gave Ingram. Ingram didn't play a second for them last year, and they gave him a contract extension. I don't understand what that front office is doing. I've been saying that all summer. I don't understand what the Raptors are doing, and why they feel like they have to lock down a roster that's ceiling is 43 wins. And they had to invest all this money in these guys who are they're good players, but they're not franchise elevating players. I just don't like the roster. I mean, it's a fine roster, but I don't like it. I just don't like the team, man. So I took the under. I'm taking the under. Yeah, I took the under. I think they get to 38, 39, but 40 wins. I don't like that roster. And plus, Ingram is always injured. And I'm just not a big Scotty Barnes guy. I don't think he's worth the money. I don't. Sorry.
Kurt?
39 is the
39 and a half. 39 and a half.
It's a 500 team. In the East, I believe this is a 500 team. I'm gonna just be honest, man. R.J. Barrett, Brandon Ingram, and Scotty Barnes. It could work if they get a chess player. If they had a Rajon Rondo type guy, or Kyle Lowry, a Drew Holiday, Alonzo Ball type, they are missing a point guard. That's all they really missing is a well, not all they're missing, but if they had a chess player that could get these guys the ball and designate the ball to go to them, along like the coach on the floor, this could be, Brandon Ingram is an all-star, has been an all-star. Scotty Barnes has been an all-star. R.J. Barrett is a serviceable player. Emmanuel Quickly is a very serviceable player. They are missing a monster down bottom and a chess player. Now, Jakob Poeltl ain't a monster.
Jakob Poeltl,
but he could play. He could play.
Yeah.
If they had a chess player, bro, they need Tyus Jones Trey Jones. They need one of those type of guys who will go out there and facilitate others' greatness. Look at this lineup. Everybody on this team is a bucket getter. Grady Dick is a shooter. Emmanuel Quickly is a bucket getter. RJ Barrett is a bucket getter. Brandon Ingram is a bucket getter. Scotty Barnes is an inside-out bucket getter. Like, they have no true facilitator. What, Garrett Temple? They 10 years later. It's 10 years too late for Garrett Temple. I don't see the playmaker. I do like Jacoby Walter also. That's a name a lot of people don't talk about. I like Jacoby. I don't know what he's going to be going into this year, but I like him. So they got talent, they got good players, and they have all-star caliber players. They just don't have one piece to make it all go. But with that being said, in this bullshit-ass East, they are a 500 team. So if 42, 41 games is the over, then that's what I'm taking.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting, Kurt? Like, we keep saying that the East is going to be terrible this year, but if some things break correctly, the East actually could be pretty solid. Because look, there's a world where and I think the Pacers are going to be competitive. Like, the Pacers are going to be a competitive team in the East. If this Raptors thing works out, they're going to be a competitive team in the East. If somehow, some way, Joel Embiid is healthy through the season and Paul George finds something, if the Monstars give him his powers back, the Sixers could be a problem in the East. I mean, we saying the East is going to be trash, but there's some, there's some worlds where the East could be more competitive than people think. And also the draft I was talking about real quick. This is a hell of a draft, bro. That was the 2021 draft. Listen to this top 9. I don't know how you reorder this. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs, Josh Giddey, Jonathan Kuminga, Franz Wagner, Davion Mitchell. That was the top 9.
Bro, they all bums.
Yeah.
They all bums.
Good draft.
That's a pretty solid draft right there.
Yeah, that's a good draft. All right. Going to close this thing out with the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are at 20.5. That's the line. Kurt, what do you think about that 20.5 line? What do you think?
Bro, you already know I'm taking the under, bro. What are we talking about? We really gonna do this? I love the Wizards, yo. I get to drive up the street and watch them play every now and again. Too much youth. Too much inexperience. Can I ask you a question, bro? Who the hell is their coach?
Don't know.
See what I mean, bro? It's just bro, we right down the street from these niggas, bro. Like, we could tell you everybody else coach, we could tell you everybody else roster, but we can't tell you nothing about the team that is 10 fucking minutes away from us, man.
I mean, they don't market a team for us, so.
Marvin Bagley Jr. might be his starting backcourt.
Front court.
I like Alex Starr.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I do like them drafting Trey Johnson. We took a chance with him. I do like Trey Johnson.
Cam Whitmore.
That's my guy. Cam Whitmore. I think if he's going to start and give us 25 to 30 minutes a game, he might be a candidate for most improved player. I think he can be 18 to 20 a night. I like Koulibaly. TJ McCullough, 10 years too late.
Yep.
Chris Middleton. Middleton looked like it hurts. You ever watch him play? It just looked like every move just hurts his body, bro. He could barely go left and right, bro. It just looked like it hurts so bad. But we did get Malachi Branham from the Spurs, and I think he's a lot like Cam Whitmore. a guy that could do more for a different team. And I think he's going to get his. Well, I know he's going to get his chance here. We ain't got no choice in Washington, right? So I do like Bud Carrington, but Marvin Bagley Jr. and Alex are two big men.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I think Cody Kispert, I hope he gets traded.
And I was about to mention that, man. Like, when are they going to trade him, man? I know they be getting offers.
He could be a good piece on a very good team. Like, he could be like, if you put him on let's say Minnesota, a team that needs a defending a 3-and-D guy, like, he could make an impact for that team. We know it belongs to Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle is up next, but he could actually, the contributions that he makes for the Wizards as a role player, he could be making it towards a winning situation, bro. I hope he gets traded, bro, because we really fucking him over by making him, because he plays very great role player minutes. Like, he isn't bro, he might be a top 10 role player in the NBA. Like, he is an amazing role player. It's just that, like,
what are you playing the role too? Yeah,
bro, exactly, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? It's like watching Halle Berry on Catwoman. That's a garbage movie, Catwoman. The Halle Berry Catwoman. It's a terrible movie, but Halle Berry is a great actor. That's him. He's a great role player. It's just that his team is so terrible that his role don't even matter. I hope he gets traded to a good team. Everybody else, I hope Cam Whitmore steps up. I like Bud Carrington. I like Koulibaly. I like Alex Sarr. But this team is trash, bro. We're not even going to laugh and joke about it. I'm going to take the under. I'm gonna think they're gonna be in the teens.
Yeah,
they're not gonna be old enough. They're not gonna be old enough to go get the bottle themselves. They might barely be old enough to vote. They might win 17, 18 games. So I think this is a lot also.
This is a lot.
I think this is a lot also. So I'm going to under with the Washington Wizards, man.
Yeah, I got nothing else really to add. I'm going under as well. Did they give up on Johnny Davis yet from Wisconsin? I like that kid. They gave up. Yeah, I liked him. I thought in college I liked him. He didn't quite pan out in the pros like I thought he would. But yeah,
he was just one of them niggas that liked him, bro. That's what it was. He was light skinned.
Play though, man. He could play. He had a nice edge to him. I liked him in college. Yeah, but
well, we got Phil Johnson now.
Yeah,
we just drafted Phil Johnson.
I like him too. I
believe he could be the man. Yeah, he could be that.
I do like him. But yeah, I got nothing really to add, honestly, man. I'm taking the under. Washington Wizards fans, just let it be. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. Just look to the draft. Look to the draft. Stan, what do you got? You going over on this one?
Under. I just can't. I can't do it. They are going to struggle to win 18 games. But I'm interested to watch them this year. I want to see the kids play.
Yeah.
Right. If I get an opportunity to go down to DC to watch them play a good team, then I might do it. But watching it, that's gonna pretty much be it. They're definitely one of those teams that you got to take the scoreboard off the screen and just look at the box scores.
Yep.
Look at what the kids are doing. Look at what Whitmore's doing. Look at what Carrington's doing. Because that's all they got is just playing the young guys and seeing what they got. It's gonna be they're still a couple of years away from being relevant as far as a relevant team contending. So
yeah,
that's a solid under for me. They're gonna struggle to get to 18 wins. They're gonna struggle to get 18. But I'm looking forward to watching them play. Watching the kids play. That's about it.
Yep.
All right. We'll leave it there. The only thing we didn't actually say yesterday is who's going to represent the Western Conference in the finals. So in the East, I say the Cavs. Y'all say the Knicks. In the West, who represents the West in the finals? Stan.
OKC.
Kurt.
No debate.
OKC. All right. We'll leave it there, fellas. I appreciate y'all coming through. Till next time.
Peace.
All right, bro. All right.